Hello and welcome to the MotoGP European League, League 2 Valencia GP, the final round of the season. It's truly been a magnificent season. And of course, the rider who wasn't actually in the last race clinched the championship. Modesto Mena won the championship. And it really has been a crazy season, hasn't it?
Definitely. Some unexpected races, some unexpected crashes as well, but it's been a good season as well as League One, but in League One later it's championship fight. Sadly not in Valencia. In League Two, but
Yeah, it was a real shame that Hondo couldn't bring it to the final round. His controller died and he had contact with Gangaram.
oh, Gangaram isn't here.
Yeah, Gangaram isn't in the race, but joining us is the new official F1 Esports podium finisher in M.E.L Fahassi. Congratulations to him, a great drive, taking third place in the final corner. But got some riders that don't usually show up here. We've got GT90 rider, if you can remember him from last season. I don't think he even showed up to a race this season. But he is back in League 2. Actually fresh off the back of his first win.
Took a while for it to come for Archie. Got so many good qualifying results, but could never put together a winning race.
Yes, this man you're watching now, Archie, number 45 in the Aprilia. Could you put it down to luck? Or do you think Hondo's controller is a fan of Archie? It was a great ride by Archie, a dominant performance in qualifying, pole position by Nelly.
Oh, massive crash at turn 2.
For who? For who?
Javier Demin and Ismail Farsi.
Oh dear. Javier Demin looked like the favourite coming into this season. Oh no, Javier Demin held up Zaris there, that's not very good.
Oh.
He might get a warning for that, I'm not sure, but we'll wait to see news.
Mickey is going to be riding as well. He's just going to have to sadly miss qualifying.
I'm very glad to have you back by my side for commentary. It was it was a very there wasn't
strange.
many riders in Indonesia, was there?
Yeah, I watched back the replay. It was only like 7 maybe.
Kaspar getting the podium. This is where Kaspar got his first podium, in fact. It's looking like Hondo is going to be the first to set a lap as that's invalid for Javier Demin. We did a bit of practice with Javier Demin and Modesto Mena. Yeah, a bit of contact was traded, but a bit of paint on each other's bikes. But yeah, they're both looking quite fast. So as always, look out for the LCR Honda boys. That's a decent lap start for 1:27.5 for Hondo. It looks like everybody's going faster. ABT goes to second. GT90, here he comes to the line now around the final corner. Dane Easy suit on the Aprilia, bringing back memories of Kaspar in League 2. He goes up to second place. Number 2 in P2. There's a lot of riders using that number 2 in League 2, that exact number 2. Nicky Hayden style, you love to see it. In fact, that was the helmet that I actually used, and I forgot to apply my actual helmet at the Australian Grand Prix back in League 2, the one that GT90 is using there. Actually was on a good lap, that's invalid. Eddie on the Pramac Ducati, still yet to get a win. He's been so consistent, but he just gets bullied, the poor Spaniard. Dovi on a good first lap. He was fast in training, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was doing pretty well.
Sorry, Dovi. Just as I say that, his lap gets invalidated, but we're going to go with ABT now on the factory Ducati, looking
Hondo.
to dethrone his...
Oh, ABC, yeah.
Yeah, looking to dethrone his teammate, though they have had, both of them, some very controversial moments this season. Thinking back to Sokol.
Where's Hondo going to go with this lap? He
Hondo
improves
by a tenth of a second of 1:27.4 for the second round championship. M.E.L Fahassi on the fastest third sector. ABT improves by a tiny bit, actually on the fastest first sector. Ismail Fassi,
Oh!
1,000th off with the KTM.
Archie's gone down on a flying lap.
Oh.
Ishmael improves, but it's not.
Looking at Eddie here. He's got the pace, but he just like Archie, he's never been able to put it together, and that usually is down to people taking him out. I remember in Sokol, he got absolutely just punted off out of the lead by Ravuso. It's a shame for Eddie. We've had a very dramatic season.
Definitely. Hondo
Here's
surely.
Eddie to the line. This is a great lap. He's going to go to the top at 1:27.2. Hondo's responding though. Look at this from Hondo as he comes across the line. Right back at him. What a lap from Hondo. That is like
League One pace.
that's what I'm going to say. That was incredible. And actually he's going even quicker still. League 2 is going to have no riders next season, all the riders that are competitive in League 1. I think Modesto Mena and Javier Demin obviously are both going up to League 1. But I think Ismail, due to being in F1 Esports, got a practice lot, he might stay in League 2. Here's Archie though, he's just dropped off in the second sector. He's ran it a bit wide there, but he's going to square it off and get the exit coming up to this little zigzag. It's a weird part of the track, this is. Oh, he's done that quite nice. Let's see what he's done in Sector 3. Has he been able to carry it through? He's just dropped off again. Hondo must have had a pretty good second and third sector, or actually he's just had a really good first by the looks of it. But here he comes then into the final corner. This is where we saw Pedro Acosta slide through on his first time on a MotoGP bike, like he's been on it for 5 years. Here comes Archie then to the line. He goes up to second, 6/10 off. That's a 27-1 for the Croatian. Modesto Mena, but he always builds into these sessions. He's running the test livery, and I'm surprised he hasn't run the number 1. Here is your reigning world champion then, newly crowned.
Oh, Archie's gone down.
Let's see what he can do here then. Oh, Modesto Mena, touching the curbs. He's going to sit up a bit and run it a bit wide. Oh, that's invalid for Modesto Mena. Let's have a look at then at Javier Demin, who's on a personal best, first and second sector. Let's see what he can do. The rider who just looked like he had everything in his hand to win the championship, and he threw it away, let's be honest. He just decided to not turn up to some races because he wanted to play FIFA.
He would have definitely had the skill to have a championship battle with Modesto, that's for sure.
Won nearly every single race.
That he took place in, of course.
Javier Demin goes up to 5th place. A good lap by Javier Demin. Ishmael on the fastest first sector. The F1 Esports driver on the KTM. Looking to get pole position here. He's a pole hound, is Ishmael. Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen someone like Ishmael who could be so fast on GP and F1.
It's a balance of consistency. He's just dropped off. Oh, that's really wide. He's going to keep it going, though. He's got the good exit. That's what the KTM is good for, really. And that's what I think the KTM is a really good bike to use here. It likes to attack those corners. And at tracks like this, well, you of all people would be able to tell us how the KTM performs around here, having won it in League 2.
It picks up less. So if you're more consistent on the throttle, the corners can be a lot smoother.
Oh, Ismail! Wow,
how is
that
he?
was so late. How
got
was that not invalid?
lap there?
That was so late. And here he comes. Then is that going to be pole?
Oh,
He goes
6
second
tenths.
place,
Hondo's
just ahead of
lap has
Achi.
Hondo's
Hondo
lap is
has
just too far
stamped
ahead.
his authority on the grid here with an absolutely sensational lap. It looks like he hasn't got the best first sector as Eddie is fast first sector. Modesto Mena sets the exact same time as Ismail Fassi. We have seen that so much this season, and it's really odd. We've seen a lot of people setting exact times. To the millisecond. Here's Eddie. Let's see where he can go now. This, if he can just improve by less than 1/10 of a second, if he can just improve by 1/10 of a second, he can get himself from 5th to 2nd here. That is how close League 2 is, ladies and gentlemen. And that is how close motorbike racing is. Four riders, all separated in 500ths of a second. Just amazing. And there he goes, right on cue, up to second. The second rider in the session into the 26 is a 26.9 from the Spaniard. Here's ABT then on the factory Ducati. He's had a rather slow second half of the season, to be honest. You hate to say it. But he seemed to have peaked at Sokol.
Ishmael goes into the pits. Most likely getting a refuel.
ABT up to 7th. Only 3 minutes left of this session now. Zaris looking to improve. We've had some truly amazing racing this weekend, and it's going to get all the better here in the MotoGP European League. No spoilers for World Superbike or British Superbike or even 24-hour Le Mans if you haven't watched them. But it was some crazy racing, and we promise it will be the same here in League 2 and League 1 as the championship gets all the title. 1 point in it between Visek and Mauser for the title. Here's Zaris then coming around the penultimate corner. Can he get that rear sliding? You don't usually do that in this game. Nice and tight. He's got that decent. He's got a bit wide on exit though to get that nice swing round onto the straight. That yellow and black VR46 bike flies past us, and he improves by a tiny bit, getting all the closer to Foshi. He's got 2 more chances at it if he sets 2 decent laps now. Hondo's gone faster again in sector 1. Just looks like he's dropped off a bit.
I think it went invalid on midway through the second sector.
Now, can you take us?
Oh yeah.
Can you take us on a lap of Valencia here with Hondo?
Hold on, let me
just on board.
Switch to Hondo.
Oh, he's got it sliding into turn 1.
Slides it right out.
Oh, he's gone on
Very
the curbs.
hard
He's rolled out.
Get right into turn 2. He's going to want to get this perfect, and he does. He slides the rear of the bike perfectly through there. Very fast in the first sector is Hondo, as we've seen recently with his performances in the practice lobbies. Oh, he's not faster in the first sector. So this lap won't be an improvement.
Yeah, he got a lot of curb there. So we're going to switch to GT90, who's just off his best here. Here he comes then, breaking into the final corner. Can he find any improvement?
Achi is on a flying lap here, faster than Hondo.
GT90 comes to line. He does not improve. Achi, fastest in the first sector. Can he do it then? He's currently in 5th place. He's usually the one to qualify the best, but it looks like he's just gone a bit too tight there. He might have lost a bit of exit speed. Saw the bit of a wheelie from the Aprilia, I know that's for sure. I can vouch for that. The Aprilia does wheelie a lot coming out of that corner. He's gone wide to get the nice shoot round into this chicane. Background at full lean. It's such a difficult corner. We saw Jack Miller crash out of the lead here last year in such a disappointing, so disappointing. And he slides it up to turn 11.
Lost a lot of time there.
Yeah, he's just got on the curbs there. But still, look at this. As I said with Eddie here, if he can improve by just 400ths of a second,
is he going to get to the line for another go? Oh, it's so close. He's not.
He's not, but I think he's going to improve and get himself onto the front row here.
Oh,
Yes, he
third place.
does.
Well done for Archie.
Good stuff by Achi, and
Eddie.
Eddie is fastest in the first sector. We know that Hondo's fastest. Hondo's first sector wasn't the best, but can Eddie keep it through in this lap? Apart from Hondo, the only rider into the 26s, so looking like the only rider who can take it away from Hondo at the moment. Here he comes. He's just dropped off. He must have made a mistake. But don't count Eddie out here. He's done that nice and tight. We've not seen any riders go that tight before. He might know something that the other riders don't.
That's what matters in MotoGP esport.
Here he comes. He's found more time. Then he's looking to close the gap. He's just got to get this final sector absolutely bang on if he wants to get pole position. Best shot here is he's going to solidify his second place in case the event of Foshi perhaps taking second out of nowhere. Here's Eddie then to the line. Will it be pole position for Eddie? He improves by a little bit, but that's great for Eddie. That just shows he has good overall pace then. That is qualifying then for the final round in Valencia. Our final qualifying session on MotoGp23, and Hondo takes pole position on the factory Ducati, and close behind him his fellow Ducati rider Eddie 93 in second, followed by Achi on the Aprilia. Diving into the 27s, we've got Modesto Mena. Good one by the Modesto Mena. I didn't realise he got that one. He shouldn't have got that one actually, because M.E.L set the lap before him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so M.E.L will be starting 4th, Modesto 5th, Javier Demine 6th, ABT 7th, Russo 8th, GT90 on his first appearance this season and final appearance this season in 9th, Foshi in 10th, Dovi 11th, and Zaris in 12th, with Mickey starting from the back of the grid, having missed qualifying. Stick with us, we'll be back in a moment for the sprint race. Oh wait, no, it'll start instantly, won't it? Oh no, we got to get Mickey in, haven't we? And we've got to switch around. Okay, yeah, stay with us, and we'll be back in a moment. Here we are at the Losail International Circuit for the first round of the MotoGP European League season.
There are so many contenders in both leagues this season.
The lights are out and we go racing for the first time this season.
Oh, Tony's gone! Foshi versus Modesto. Double win for the boss.
But Javier Demine, in his first race of League 2 Season 2, wins his home Grand Prix, a great ride.
Jackie, né? Una Vignales in un che sta se Bagnaia.
He's going to go around the outside! ABT wins the Kazakhstan Grand Prix. Oh, Modesto Mena on the brakes. How late do you want it? He is pushing so hard. Then into Maggots, and Maggots, this is a really tricky one to get right in the wet as Ravuso makes the mistakes, and M.E.L around the outside takes the lead of the race. Modesto has ran it wide. Oh no, actually!
Bravo, Mauser.
Oh no! Matic! Here he comes then around the final corner. Modesto Mena is the League 2 Season 2 MotoGP European League champion. The League 2 champion may have been crowned, but the title fight gets all the closer as we head to Valencia, where Mauser looks to maintain his championship lead and take home his second title in a row, with Visek close behind on the Cressini Ducati. Join us live for the Valencia Grand Prix and don't miss this epic finale we're going to have to the season. Alright then, here we are. It's been a fantastic season for League 2 and League 1, but here we are for the final League 2 race of the season, the final League 2 race in MotoGP23, and Hondo is on pole position. The lights are on, Hondo on pole position, and Ducati 1-2. The lights are out for hopefully the final time this season. And look at the start.
Who's that? GT90 so far on the inside. There's got to be contact here, and there is GT90.
M.E.L takes the lead of the race.
Crash in the background.
M.E.L takes the lead. Javier Demine up to second. A great start by the KTM as Dovi makes his way up into fifth place. Hondo back up the inside of Dovi. Dovi into third now. M.E.L. Oh, Javier Demine!
Oh, Hondo has taken it. Oh, it's a massive crash.
Javier Demine, a Jorge Martin move on M.E.L Fassi, takes the lead of the race and wants to win this last one. Lots of drama, another crasher. Achi and Eddie have collided and crashed now. Modesto Mena up to fourth place, the reigning world champion, looking to end his career in MotoGP23 on a win. M.E.L Fassi continues to chase down Javier Demine.
Poor Hondo got completely beaten up there.
Yeah, Javier Demine, that was such an aggressive move. Good start by Dovi and Foshi, but they've been a bit lucky with all the contact. Mickey has barely made his way through, but he'll settle into the race. But here is M.E.L now, trailing Javier Demine. Oh, he's ran it a bit wide. M.E.L comes up the inside and they touch.
Squares him off.
A lovely job by M.E.L Fassi. Takes the lead of the race then on the KTM. The esports driver leads. The F1 esports driver, by the way, not MotoGP. Javier Demine up the inside. Oh, contact. M.E.L goes off track. These two. Oh, M.E.L, look at that line, and he nearly goes into the side of Javier Demine, but thinks better of it. Dovi goes a bit wide and nearly wipes the nose off Modesto Mena. Here comes Modesto looking for the inside. Oh, is there space? Dovi's ran it a bit wide. Here comes Modesto Mena. Can he make a move? Oh. Oh, Dovi, look at that defence. Ismail now continues to chase down. Oh, that's so wide by Dovi, and he's way off the track. Modesto Mena, the reigning world champion, into P3 then. Foshi right on the back of Dovi, looking to get his best result in a very long time. It's been a very, very bad season for Foshi after getting second place in Qatar. It's just gotten worse and worse for the Spaniard on the Gresini Ducati. Here comes Ismail though with a great drive heading towards the final corner. Is there going to be a move from the Spaniard on his compatriot? That KTM, as we said in qualifying, goes so well around here, and he gets the drive. Here he comes. He's going to go alongside. He's going to fly past him on the straight. Javier Demin is going to get the slipstream right back. Here he comes up the inside at turn 1. And he retakes the lead, but he's run it a bit wide. Ismail's going to come right back through. Is there space for the KTM? Javier Demin goes defensive. Ismail, a wonderful line there. He's going to stay right on the back of him now. We've got a good battle brewing between these two here. Ismail has not given up yet. Oh, it's looking so good. If you can hear a noise in the background, I'm sorry about that. It's the compressor in the garage. Oh, just as I say that, it turns off. Ismail now chasing after Javier Demin. Just goes to show how the pace. Oh, he's ran it wide. Ismail's going to take a chance.
Dovi's
gone down. Another mistake at the same corner as last lap. Ismail looking for room now on the race leader. Or some battles going on between Hondo and Mickey for 11th place. Not where Hondo wanted to be, off pole position. We stay with these two though, as Ismail gets ready to get the right drive towards Javier Demin. Is there space? Into the last corner. He's going to send a dive. Here he comes up the inside. Wonderful move.
He's so good at that last corner.
Absolutely fantastic move by the KTM rider. And here comes Javier Demin. He's going to respond in turn 1. Oh, Javier Demin's ran it a bit wide. Ismail's going to get him back on the exit with a switchback. Here comes the KTM. Beautiful move. Oh, wow. This is happening. Modesto Mena is catching back up. Oh, Javier Demin tried to stick it around the outside. This is some amazing battling between the two Spaniards. Oh, Javier Demin up the inside. Ismail sees it coming and gets the switch back. Wow. Beautiful move. Battle. These two are doing fantastic. As bit of contact there as Javier Demin looks to go around the outside. Wonderful defensive line by Ismail. Puts it right in front of the Honda.
Unbelievable battle so far in this Valencian GP.
Ismail controlling this race as GT90 and Azaris fight for victory here. I can't take my eyes. That's Modesto Mena. Oh, I thought he just went into the gravel there, but this is a great ride by Foshi. He's got Eddie on the back of him now as we watch Zaris and GT90 fighting here as the Aprilia chases after the VR46 Ducati.
Almost has a long lap penalty.
Here's Ismail then. He's gone defensive. We're going to get a helicopter view to get the best view. Oh, Javier Demin needs a bit of outside cut. Oh! Ismail crashes out of the lead. Can you believe it? He wanted to push that extra bit harder. And he goes down. It's now an LCR Honda 1-2 as we see all the time. Foshi onto the podium. Ismail Fassi was doing so well in the last corner there, and what a shame. But don't count him out of the win still. He has the pace to fight his way back through as Foshi and Eddie go to war for 3rd place. He's on a Pramac Ducati, so he's able to do it. Here comes Eddie. He's ran it so wide. That's great for Ismail.
Modesto's catching up. Javier Demin.
Piling the pressure on his teammate. We could still have another battle here. Eddie has recovered from that little mistake fantastically, and he's back on the rear of that Gresini Ducati that Foshi is on. Here he comes, breaking it. The most difficult corners. That's Ismail really, really wide. by the KTM. Thankfully stayed on track here. As Foshi's gone a bit deep there. That's going to ruin his line. Eddie's going to look for the inside. Oh, there's no space for the There's a lot of Spaniards here in League 2. The Spaniard. All I can see on my screen is Spaniards right now, except for the German. He is German, right, Dovi? Oh, here comes Eddie for the inside. He's going to nerf Foshi out the way on the last corner. Foshi's going to look to come up back. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Eddie takes P3. Foshi's going to try and get the drag on the straight. Oh, that's so late by Foshi. He's going to run that wide. Yes, he is. A bit wide. He's just not lost too much time there. As we see the two teammates, the two former championship contenders after Modesto Mena won the championship. Modesto Mena, he's not done yet in League 2. These two have just had a dominant season. The team. I don't think the team in itself has finished off the podium once this season. Which is, it's just fantastic. It shows how consistent the team have been. Modesto, so wide. Just trying to pile the pressure on his teammate there. That Castrol Honda, which will be white, red and green. Just fantastic. I can't wait to see that in the game next season.
Castrol colours, they look so nice, and Foshi disconnects.
Foshi's left. I think he must have had an accident there. He was hanging around in fourth.
That's a good point.
That might have been Wi-Fi or something that disconnected him. A shame for Foshi. He was doing well at his home Grand Prix. Well, his third home Grand Prix of the season. Here's Modesto Mena. He closes a lot on the brakes there. Ismail Fassi sets his sights on Eddie. It's a gap to close. He's got to hope that something happens between these two. As Modesto Mena gets into the slipstream, there's no space for a move. Oh, he's got it. Whoa, that's wide by the reigning world champion.
Modesto really wants this. Wants to end out the season on a high, even with a world championship.
He just loves this race, and he doesn't want to end the season. Well, he might be champion already, but he doesn't care. He wants to win another race.
The next race is always the focus on most riders, and clearly is for Modesto Mena.
He's treated it like any other race weekend, and that is exactly what he's doing here, because he's winning like any other race weekend. Well, at the top two, for now. We'll see. The grid just starting to spread out now, looking like our closest fight we've got is Achi and Zaris. Just as I say that, Zaris has ran it wide. And now Achi targeting Ravuso here. Ravuso has had a really quiet last third of the season, really, because we were pointing him for the championship on the Gresini Ducati. His lap times were fantastic, weren't they, in Austria?
Definitely.
And it's just all gone wrong since then.
Luck is a huge part of motorsports, and that could be the main issue for Ravuso this season. As sad as it is to say.
Oh, actually, that's so wide by the Aprilia. He's going to come back to get the drive now. But he's lost a lot of time there to Ravuso. And that's Ravuso trying to attack GT90 now. As we're with the Gresini Ducati, Ismail doesn't seem to be making much progress on Eddie. Eddie's had some good pace here. He's definitely wanting to collect the pieces if something happens to the two LCR Hondas. ABT, probably the closest one to an overtake here. 2/10 off of Zaris now as he chases down.
Modesto always runs it wide in.
A very defensive line by Zaris. ABT may lose a seat in the factory team if it goes on like this. I think he might. Well, actually, no, he's in.
Ishmael.
Ishmael's gone down. What a shame. Dovi's got a long lap penalty. Oh, what a shame. He was leading the race. He had such good pace. But look at the two teammates now. They're locked into each other as Modesto looks for a move. He's going to get the exit here. Here comes Modesto Mena, then surely he's going to have a go at turn 1. Can he get the drive on that LCR Honda against the other LCR Honda? Here he comes into turn 1. The reigning world champion takes the lead of the race, but he's going to run it wide. Javier Demine looks to come back up the inside. Here we go, into turn 2. Javier Demine back up the inside. Is that going to run him wide though? No, it's not. Modesto Mena is going to try and sneak back up the inside. Here we go then. Dovey with a double long lap penalty, not good for the Gas rider. As Modesto closes a bit on the brake shares. Javier Demine on the curbs. That's going to allow Modesto to gain even more time. The two teammates don't seem much like teammates, do they?
Always battling in League 2 this season.
They're always training together as well. They do love
Great
a good
friends.
scrap. Both of them have incredible pace here.
Modesto always runs it wide in that corner. He just cannot get the braking marker perfect.
Actually
disconnects.
Not having a good race. This is Modesto who gets so close to the rear of his teammate. They have us to thank for this battling. He's going to stay right on the back of his teammate. Bit of a jump there. Bit too excited on the throttle for Modesto, but he's still right behind him here. Look how close they are. So even on pace, but Javier Demine, not a single mistake really in terms of track limits warnings.
Modesto,
he just goes that little bit wider to get the drive, and he's going to go for it again. We see this nearly every lap, and we saw it between M.E.L and just look at the slipstream effect. And Modesto Mena, brakes quite early, but I don't know if that's wide for Javier Demine. No, it's not. Both of them have done that really well. Is there going to be enough slipstream for him to go up the inside? He launches up the inside. It was not a great move. He went so wide from way back. That was never going to work for the reigning world champion. And Javier Demine now looks to check out after that. As he's run it a bit wide, he's on the curbs again.
Modesto gained 2 temps in that one corner.
Yeah, those outside curbs. Javier Demine, a wonderful defensive line, places the bike in the middle of the track, causing Modesto Mena to go wide. It is so fun to defend here. If you can keep an... As this battle goes down though, just look at the top of your screens. There's a purple and red and white Ducati in the form of Eddie93 coming through the pack here, looking to take his first win in the final race here. As Modesto Mena and Javier Demine push on, trying to win the final race in MotoGp23. But don't forget, League 1 still to come with an insanely close battle between Mauser and VSEC. 1 point in it, the closest we've ever had in MotoGP European League, even before when it was known as the Slovenian League. The closest finish to a title, League 2, League 1. It is so close, and it is promising to be a fantastic end to the season, as it always is fantastic here in the MotoGP European League. We love this league.
Hondo has gone down. His race goes from bad to worse from pole position. Was looking so good in qualifying, but it's all dropped up in the race.
This race has flown by, and Modesto Mena hasn't got much longer to make this work. More curbs there for Javier Demine. He does like that outside curb in turn 3. Just looks like he's got a bit more pace now. Modesto Mena doesn't seem to be closing the gap. He's going to have to wait for a mistake, but he keeps running it so wide, and that's where he's losing time. Modesto Mena, look, he's going to run it. He's going to do it again.
Even wider than before.
Javier Demine is, he just gains that small tenth of a second, but Javier Demine did run quite wide too. So Modesto Mena closes that little bit more of a gap. Javier Demine a bit wide there. Modesto Mena just that tiny bit more. Eddie's going to hope for something big to happen for him to come and slip through on this win. He's just been so unlucky. Early on the brakes, Javier Demine scared Modesto Mena there for a bit as we head down to the last corner. Surely there's going to be a move into turn 1 if the gap stays like this, heading out of the final corner.
It does.
Modesto goes wide to get a good drive, and that's a good plan from Modesto Mena. That might be a bit too big of a gap though to make a move into turn 1. It definitely
didn't really get the exit he wanted.
No.
Into turn 1.
It's going to have to be a perfect final 2 laps then for Eddie if he wants to win this race without something happening to these two. As Modesto goes wide again, it looks like his tyre, it may be a wrong tyre choice for the reigning world champion. Let's have a look, shall we? He's on the medium. Let's Javier Demine. Let's see what Modesto's on. He's on a hard front That's a bad call in my opinion for the reigning world champion. I don't think the hard front. The hard front, you don't really need it.
Looks like he had some contact with Ravuso.
Double long lap penalty. It's just getting bad to worse for Dovi. Mickey a lot further back than I expected. Both of them running it wide again. As we're about to go on to the penultimate lap of the race, Modesto Mena continues to chase down his teammate. Both of them so even on pace, they're struggling to close the gaps. Eddie is going to have to wish on something crazy to happen to the two teammates here for him to even have a chance at winning this race. He deserves it though, as Eddie. He's had such an unlucky season, getting taken out so many times and just having a load of accidents. Modesto Mena has gained a lot there, but Javier Demin is going to get the right exit. Is there space? Is there enough now for Modesto Mena? I don't think so. Modesto Mena, is there enough space? No, there's not. Oh no, that's so wide. He's got sucked in. He's got sucked into the slipstream of Javier Demin, and that might be Modesto's race run there.
Unless we have a huge mistake from Javier Demin.
He's kept the gap at a decent 0.4 of a second. He's not lost too much there. He's staying consistent, is Modesto Mena. He's just trying his best to pressure his teammate into a mistake. But we just know he won't go without a dive on the last lap. Nobody will. I wouldn't. Let go of the brake moment, but I think Modesto went a bit wide there. He just lost a bit of time coming down here. Now Modesto Mena, if he could just get this right. Both of them have been running a bit wide, and that's even wider for Modesto Mena. He's on the green, and that's more time lost. He gets a wonderful exit. Hang on, that's worked really well from Modesto Mena. Something he's got with his setup there. Oh, he's wide then. Here we go. The last lap in MotoGP23 is about to begin, and they're going to almost side by side. Eddie,
oh, they are so close.
Look at this. It's going to go down to the last lap between the two teammates here in Valencia. The final race in League 2. It's going to get so close into the final corner then as we start the final lap. Oh, Modesto gets so close. Oh, contact between the two. Surely it's close enough for Modesto Mena to get the slipstream now into turn 1. Javier Demin tries to break the toe, but is it going to be enough? Modesto Mena, is he going to send a dive? Is he going to get sucked in
Javier
again?
Demin's going to go wide, surely.
He's a bit wide there. Oh, a bit excited on the throttle there. Modesto Mena desperate to close the gap here as Javier Demin is running a bit wide on exit.
Here we go.
Oh, Modesto Mena has picked it up. That was not a good idea there. What was he doing? He picked it up way too early and he's lost so much time. He's pushing so hard for this one. Is there room for him to get through? It's so hard to get through, but he's just going to have to hope on another mistake from Javier Demin at this rate. It has been a fantastic ride by Javier Demin. No mistakes up until that penultimate lap. And this is a great way to end the season and end our time on MotoGP23. It's been a fantastic few seasons on this game. Modesto Mena goes a bit tighter. That's just what he needed to do. Here he comes. He's right on the back. It's going to have to be a final corner move from the reigning world champion unless Javier Demin makes another mistake here. Here he comes on the inside. There's contact between the two. Is it going to be? Is it going to be a move in turn 10? He's setting up Modesto Mena. Here we go. Eddie's going to wait for something to happen. Here comes Modesto Mena with the drive. Surely it's going to be the last corner. Here we go. Javier Demin goes defensive. Here we go. Modesto. He's gone wide. He's going to have the exit. Here we go. Who's going to be into the race? Javier Demin. Javier Demin wins the final race of the season. A fantastic final lap. Modesto Mena takes home second. What a finish. And it's for real this time.
Surprised Modesto didn't make contact with Javier Demin.
Wow.
If he wouldn't have hit that
final lap. Eddie takes home a positive P3. What a shame for Ismail Fassi. A lonely 4th place after leading the race quite commandingly. And Ravuso taking home 5th. But wow, what an end to the season. What an end to our adventures on MotoGP23. Wow. Well, if that's your first time watching, you better keep watching until GP24. Javier Demin adds to his win streak as he takes victory just ahead of his teammate, phenomenal final lap. Eddie takes home a great P3. He had a consistent ride there. M.E.L takes home 4th. Ravuso 5th. GT90 6th. Mickey 7th. Hondo 8th with the fastest lap of 126.8. Just so fast on the one lap pace was Hondo this weekend. ABT in 9th. Zaris 10th. Dovi 11th. And then a DNF for Achi. Thank you so much for joining us this season. It has been absolutely electric. Thank you for joining us through all of our seasons in MotoGP23. It has truly been fantastic. Me commentating, I've thoroughly enjoyed it this season. Thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to all the riders, and thank you to you guys for watching. That has been League 2 in MotoGP23, MotoGP European League. We'll have a bit more of a gap, but stay with us for League 1 as you'll be joining Matic and Kostya for what promises to be an epic finale to the League 1 Championship. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your break. Enjoy however long the gap will be, but it'll be pretty big. Maybe you could get on the grid next season. Join the MotoGP European League Discord now and get on the grid with these fantastic riders. Thank you, TTS, for helping me in this commentary. It's been very fun.
It's been a great season.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. And we'll see you all next season. Stay with us for League 1. Thank you, and bye-bye.